What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
We got a lot to talk about today. I'm sure everybody's feeling good.
Easy day to be here today.
Everybody who was short in BTC got wrecked. We're going to talk about some EOS airdrops, not one, not two, but 3 airdrops already planned for this year. OMG getting another partnership with another coin. We'll talk about that. And as usual, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little bit of a notification bell there to get all the new stuff coming over here to Learn Crypto. We're going to go ahead and do this intro and get this thing started.
Let's go.
Come on. With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Uncertainty.
Correct. We are not.
What is up, guys? Here we go.
Had to triple my bag.
The market cap is at $312 billion, kind of breaking out of that range I was talking about where it was hovering between 250 and 300 billion for a while. Obviously, we'll see what happens here. Everybody who was talking about shorting, just last night and the day before, that was not a good time to be shorting, guys. We were over here saying that. Todd actually posted a midday TA highlighting what he was talking about with BTC price and where he thought it was going. I'm sure he'll talk about that here in a second. Real quick, let's go over some of these prices. Bitcoin up 13% for the day at $7,850. Ethereum actually looking strong, outpacing BTC for the past 2 days, up another 15% today at $489. Ripple, CNBC tweeted about Ripple. It's up 21% at 63 cents. Thanks to everybody in this community that made me buy it at 50 cents. I'll take those profits all day. And then Litecoin trying to push back to $130, up 10.5 cents. Who are the big winners today? We got Mithril. Not really sure what's going on there. I would be careful on that. Do not chase that. It's up 140%. It has very low liquidity on that, so that is why you're seeing the pump. Bitcoin Private having a showing up 100%. Pushing $30. I do own a little bit of Bitcoin Private. I'm going to hold that until the next bull run happens and it gets added to a larger exchange. I think it's going to have its day, and I think there's going to be some profits to be had on that one as well. Wanchain, another 40%. Guys, if you go back and watch the videos, I told you when Wanchain comes to the exchange, wait a little bit. There is going to be a post-exchange dump. It dumped down into the $2 range, $2.50. I picked some up, $2.50, $3, all in that area. And now we're starting to ride it. The hype is coming back to Wanchain. People are talking about it again. And it's already back up to $6.16. That's all the big names I really... Zilliqa.
Some guys
who were talking about
on
that
channel
here.
Have been talking on that.
37%.
All right, that's been on a streak.
I'm going to have to do a review on that one quickly. I know it's on my list here, but I have not got to it yet.
Right.
So without further ado, let's put Todd on some of these charts for you guys, and we'll keep this thing rolling.
Way easier day to day to talk about charts.
Again, it's not an ERC20 token.
I would say.
You got to mute something on your side there.
We need to be careful with what we think. So if you guys would think that one coin could be added.
Sorry about that, guys. All right, as you know, we had, I mentioned this, we had the triangle down here at the bottom. It wasn't a triangle, it was a 1-2-1-2. Which is will catch you off guard. I had mentioned that a rally above 71.70 would probably wreck the shorts. That's what happened. As I mentioned down there, I saw some Discord groups, Twitter, everyone that I don't think knew a thing about shorting Bitcoin was talking about being short. So that was a telltale sign that I don't know whether the whales was letting that look like a triangle down there to catch everybody, but I would say that's kind of what happened. So, and now it's a 1-2-1-2. So What happens is we got the big 1-2, and then I've got a smaller 1-2 here, because this wave 3 will subdivide out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the fourth wave could already be in here, and we're headed up, let's say, to 8,500. That'll be a bigger 3, and then you'll have another pullback for a bigger 4, and then another run. Probably 91.90 is the first stopping point. But I think probably, you know, if we go back out here to the chart I've had, I think we should be able to take out the 11,750. Should be able to do a 12,12.5, and I'm not sure if we still can't do the 14. So because there's still shorts to be wrecked. There's still people, let alone not long, they got to get long as well, not just get their shorts wrecked. So I think you've left a lot of people in the dust. Here we are, 79.51 now, so we could bust through this morning's high on tonight's broadcast.
Gary O'Connell is back in the building. I guess he snuck away from his girlfriend for a little bit, or maybe got her
he's tired, I think.
Overly intoxicated or something. He says he has a pork blaster for us. I'd like to hear what that is here in a few seconds.
I think I know what he's going to say, but we shall see here. I'm sure he'll throw us the big winner, the big wiener. There's got Dash. We haven't been watching Dash. I mean, I know a lot of people's been talking about a lot of these wedges that we have. A lot of charts are going to have that. So most of those wedges are being broken to the upside. Here is ETC 1640, digging back out from a 13 low print. All of a sudden showing some strength here. Let's go back and go to hourly charts so we can see more of today's action. Ethereum, I mentioned Ethereum and NEO was kind of acting like they wanted to lead the rally. On that first rally to 430, back down to 390. And then definitely today coming out, now just recently almost touches a 500 print. So Ethereum definitely leading this rally. I mean, everyone sold out all that talk on the FUD of all the ICOs selling all their Ethereum. I mean, that's what knocked it down to 350, 360. I spoke to that with a few PCG clients. I mean, it was just, you know, at some point you got to figure out what's already baked into the price. And down there at 360, I think a lot was baked into the price. So here we are now back at 500. I haven't shown IOTA, but I got it here still up 28%. Nice rally on the 1 hour chart. All of a sudden, Litecoin tagging 130 here again. So, you know, that's still got a lot of upside work to do, but I think this chart here is showing, you know, probably could do a 180, 190 maybe on this rally. When Bitcoin's up there at 12.5. NEO back to 66.45 from a 45 low. So a quick 50% rally back into support range that we've had on here for a while. Let's go back out on the 4 hour. That one's got a lot of room to the upside, but I think you'll start seeing some of that now. OMG 1215 up 24%. I'm guessing that left a few people behind trying to be cute.
There's OMG for you, Anthony and Joe. I know you guys love that coin. I'm sure you're feeling pretty good today. Maybe you went to the grocery store and bought yourself a nice steak or something. That chart looks way better. I mean, held all the support down here at the $8 level. Here we are, 50% up. Vertcoin back to 226. Still not a big rally. XRP 63. Back above that 60 level. And then we got ADA USD up 31%. From a coin that got decimated, as we know. But a lot of these coins, you know, if Bitcoin stays firm, I think a lot of these you'll just see pop up like popcorn just out of the blue. I mean, EOS had a big rally day before yesterday. Still trying to continue the gains. Somebody's wanting you to look at BTC XLM. They said Bittrex, but I'm not too sure if there's something going on over on that exchange only. At Bittrex? I'll get that here next when we come back. What else here? PIVX USD up 9%. Not much excitement there. And then we're going to go
Sia Coin was one there that Peter Brand, I think, was liking down at the lows. Hasn't done much, but up 12%. And then let's throw up Ubik up 10% because you're going to be talking about that. That went from $1.25 to 250. I had marked here before. I mean, I think could see a rally to 4.25 possibly, if you like some risk. XVG USD still at 91, still holding that uptrend channel I had, doing well.
I think you should zoom in on that so people can kind of get a gauge on what the pricing is for that trend.
We're into, we're coming down here into next 3 days, so it'd take a move to $1.05 to get up to the top of that channel. 80 was support here recently, so I guess a print of 80 wouldn't be too impressive considering the move we've had in Bitcoin and everything else. So maybe trail a stop there, but I'm sure there's going to be some volatility coming in here in the next 3 days. Here's ZRX. Shout out to Gary. That one, that's one of those probably sometime tonight slides through that 70, 75 level. Who knows? Might rock and roll. And then another one here. What we got? There's the ZIL BTC. We started what? I know some subscribers started mentioning that back here at the 550 level or so. So that one's still continuing higher. And then ONT BTC. That's another one. Channel subscribers were talking about continuing just to make a run, pull back, make another run. So that's what we got for right now. 79.50 on Bitcoin.
There we go. Shoot it to the two big cams here for a second. First of all, I wanted to say, hey, we are giving away some red coin tonight. So if you guys leave a comment in the comment section below after the video is over, leave whatever you want. Make sure to have your Twitter handle in there. And I don't know who doesn't love free coins. That's it. As simple as that, guys. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe as well. That would be much appreciated. Also, the CLO mainnet launches on April 15th. That is the airdrop you got if you're an ETC holder. I know some of you who did not have it or who have it in the hardware wallets have not seen that yet. But the mainnet does launch on in a couple days here, and I'm really hoping they have some exchange news as well. That way you guys can get it to an exchange, play with it, trade it, hold it, whatever you want to do. And then lastly, over on Facebook, I don't really do much with crypto on Facebook, guys, but I've been noticing a lot of scams and people saying send me 0.1 BTC to get 0.3. I hope a lot of the people in this community don't fall for those. But I just wanted to remind you guys, if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. And honestly, Facebook is the last place I'd be going to for cryptocurrency advice. YouTube's a good source. Twitter's a good source. You got to, go through a couple of trolls here and there. But these are people who are actually know what they're talking about. And I would be avoiding Facebook at all costs. I'll grab this over here and start talking about a few things. Last night, somebody was asking me about this tweet from Binance. Not long until the quarterly Binance BNB buyback and burn. How many BNB do you think will be burned this quarter? So if you guys do not know, Binance actually burns and destroys a certain percentage of all BNB that have been used on their platform for trading fees. They said they're going to continue to do this every quarter until they have a 100 million coin supply. So obviously, guys, this is going to reduce the supply, and in the long term, probably theoretically will help increase the price, and just another good value proposition here for the BNB token. Just want to touch base with that real quick. I'm dying over here, guys. Oh, man. That tickle in your throat.
I can't help you because I'm marking up a chart because Gary mentioned PPT, so we're going to go over that because I knew that's what he was going to say. So we're going to go to that when Nick gets his voice back. So
from the title, obviously there's the EOS airdrop occurring here soon. I think it is April 25th, I believe, is the first one. It is this EOS DAC. This one is supposed to work that if you are a holder of 100 EOS tokens or more, your wallet will automatically be given these EOS DAC tokens. As of now, they're kind of going to be serving almost like a governance token. You can look more into that token if you would like. I did reach out to Binance and a couple other exchanges asking if they are going to be supporting the airdrop. It's actually April 15th, so just a couple days, guys. I have not received an email back or a tweet back from any of the exchanges. Me personally, I don't know if I'm going to move the EOS over to a hardware wallet to try to claim this. I mean, I might if I get the time, but I'm just super busy these next couple days. I'm really hoping Binance or KuCoin comes through in the clutch. Binance usually does all these airdrops. They just haven't made an announcement yet. Also, they are doing an Everpedia airdrop. This is supposed to be occurring before June 1st for EOS. And then also they're doing a Scatter airdrop, which is also supposed to be going mainnet live on June 1st. So there's already 3 airdrops planned for EOS. Obviously, you guys know that around June, when the EOS, it's June 1st, I think the EOS mainnet goes live. That's where their new token comes into effect, and it'll no longer be on the ERC20 standard. Binance and KuCoin already said they were going to automatically swap that for you. So if you do store your EOS on either of those exchanges, you have to do nothing. So I think EOS has a pretty exciting future here. Since the first episode I was on YouTube, guys, I said, you know, I like protocol tokens for 2018, and EOS is one that I'm willing to take a risk on. Because at that time, a lot of people were saying, oh, it's vaporware, they don't have a product. But I said, you know, I believe in their development team, I believe in their developer, and I think they're going to move that product along. And the very fact that these exchanges are saying, hey, we're gonna do this swap for EOS holders, I think that really shows that they also have done their due diligence and believe in the future of EOS as well. And then these 3 airdrops are just the cherry on top, a little extra value proposition, because those are going to have some sort of value. Obviously, none of us know what they're going to be yet. But if these airdrops occur during the bull market, even if they're kind of a half-assed, you know, product, I think they're still going to turn out, still going to have some good value for us. EOS is one I'm going to keep holding. I'm going to try to collect these airdrops, and I think protocol tokens are going to continue to lead the charge in 2018. You want to take a look at that chart real quick, Todd?
Yep, I'm ready. Gary likes Populous, PPT. I've got a 15-minute chart I just marked up. If we go, let's go back to, here's a 2-hour. So you can see was much higher. Came down to the wedge, a lot of these coins have done, so I'm showing it. You can't really see all the markings I put on this. Hold on a second. Yeah, so we've taken out the downtrend. Now if you go to a 15-minute, I've marked it up with some Wyckoff. You can see the downtrend line, we took it out with the selling climax. You can see down here we had a bunch of volume in here. I showed it with the line here increasing. A lot of volume coming in the selling climax. There'd be some preliminary supply right about there. Or excuse me, preliminary support right around there. And then we did have a spring. Had an up thrust at the top of the range. Came down and tested a few times down here. No selling came in. We've had a sign of strength here. And the last day, day and a half, the last point of support, you can see volume came in strong on the sign of strength. So probably the best here would be maybe a move up to 1475 or so. And then, you know, maybe a pullback to 1350 again or something. If we get Bitcoin here, putting in some wave 4s and 5s, which I think it'll do. So this one could be interesting. I'm sure a little volatility up here at this 1374 level, being a previous up thrust. And Gary likes that one here. We'll see here next few weeks, maybe next few months.
If you guys want to understand what is going on with the charts there, then this next little commercial is how you can find out a little bit about it.
Are you trading or investing in the fast-moving and exciting cryptocurrency markets? If so, you need to learn how to identify primary trading opportunities by implementing the Wyckoff trading methods, which was created by world-renowned stock speculator Richard D. Wyckoff. This online course teaches all you need to know to increase your returns while minimizing your risk using the Wyckoff trading method. Over 915 students have enrolled in the course since its launch in late 2017. LearnCrypto.io is owned and operated by Wyckoff SMI, also known as Wyckoff Stock Market Institute, which has been an authority on the Wyckoff trading method for over 85 years. Founded by Richard Wyckoff in the 1930s, Wyckoff Stock Market Institute has owned the rights of the Wyckoff trading course since the beginning. Take advantage today of this excellent course and begin reaping the rewards of a time-tested method from the grandfather of technical analysis, Richard D. Wyckoff.
Somebody said too loud over there. We're just making sure you're awake. Philip, now we'll adjust the volume on that when we get a chance.
Let's go back to Zen, because as everyone knows, that one, now we're at the highs, 30, 70. You know, so I was correct on that. I did, you know, I was prepared for Bitcoin to pull back a little bit overnight, and this one would look better if it would have pulled back to 23, 24 again. I did say you might want to own a little bit, and you know, this is still one that could have a sharp correction probably at any time that we still would be looking at if it would give us any type of retracements. Because with that volume I went over, it wasn't, you know, a perfect jump. I mean, usually a jump is on high price, you know, expansion and high volume. I went over that it wasn't perfect, but it did work, and that coin looks still higher. So if you now would take, you can take on a point and figure chart, which I could try to go over maybe if I update in the morning or something. You would take a point and figure chart reading from the 1855 level over probably definitely to here, or maybe even over to the preliminary support here. And you could also take a point and figure chart reading from 2255 clear over to the preliminary support. So taking a point and figure chart reading would give you an upside objective of much higher than 30.60, no doubt. So again, I think the same thing, Bitcoin 12, 12.5, you know, it'll be interesting to see where Zen's at that time, and then see if Bitcoin can maybe do a 14,000 or something. And then I think from there, somewhere up there, we're going to have another pullback. So we're going to want to try to trade that a little bit. I did tweet out, Vladimir and I had our phone call. You know, I was complaining about a lot of issues. He really said that the software doesn't really have any issues. It was a problem with the server collecting the data. There's a lot of moving parts. And he said by tomorrow they thought they'd have those issues corralled, and he didn't see really any big issues with the software. So I will be using that myself for PCG. I'll bring it up here on the broadcast. Then hopefully at some point we will offer it for a subscription.
Shout out to QJ, shout out to Solomon, shout out to everybody in here. Thanks to the over, what are we up to? Over 100 people watching currently. After this live show, if you guys did not watch the show yesterday, I'm actually having an interview with Alex Stark from Ubic. If you guys know what Ubic is. If not, make sure to tune in. He's going to give an overview. I'm going to ask him some of those questions. Obviously, guys, out of the 4 interviews I've done, every single one, they've provided a little bit of insight that may or may not have been really fully public information yet, and all of those have made some gains after the interview. Not saying it's any kind of shill from our channel here, because we obviously don't have the subscriber base for that, but you do get a very good insight on some of these projects from these developers, and they really open up when you start asking them some of these questions and really get to know them on a personal level. So make sure to tune into that. Hopefully I'll post that tonight if I can, or maybe tomorrow morning. I'm going to steal this screen as I got one or two more things I want to talk about before we get out of here.
I'm going to talk crispy. I got you on the point and figure charts when I come back.
Sounds good. Gary says, guys, things are going good. For God's sake, don't mention the software, Todd.
No, don't worry, dude. I'm all right on everything. I'm rocking and rolling.
All right, so here we go. I know Anthony and Joe are going to love this little segment. MakerDAO and OMG announcing DAI and OMG collaborations. They say, OMG shares our passion for building a robust ecosystem and is in the process of developing a wallet SDK and DEX that will be vital to the utility of the overall network. The live OMG network will be performant and secure proof-of-stake network, which will enable high transaction throughput at a low cost. Today, this was a couple days ago, but today we are excited to share 2 announcements on developments between Maker and OMG. The DAI stablecoin available soon on the OMG network, and also the OMG will be used as collateral for issuing DAI. So it seems like these 2 projects, you know, standing alone, kind of have a really good future for them. They're really starting to put out products that are going to be used. Obviously, Anthony and Joe will probably be over here telling you all about OMG. And then this MakerDAO is a stable coin they're trying to create to eventually, you know, maybe replace the USD Tether or TrueUSD or whatever. And these 2 have partnered up, and they're really collaborating on trying to see how they can use each other's talents to continue to make better products as a whole for the user base, and to really accumulate mass adoption here in the future as blockchain technology starts to find its place in the real world. And then lastly, if you guys didn't see the video yet, I did do an ICO review on Prompt to Pay. We could not do a live video yesterday as I had soccer at 6:45 and 8 o'clock, but I ran over here real quick to do a little ICO review on this one. This one is a little interesting to me because it is like going to be a centralized platform. So if you're into decentralization only for cryptos, this isn't the investment for you. But I think it's one to look into if you're just looking at how blockchain technology and smart contracts can be utilized in the day-to-day business ecosystem. And they're really trying to revolutionize the invoice industry to where they use Ethereum, your wallet, so that way people, when they actually owe you debt, have to pay you because it's going to be coming out of that network. And they use their ProPay token as kind of like an incentivizer to keep the ecosystem going. I mean, it's a pre-mined coin. It's an ICO, but they're only trying to raise $15 million, guys. And if you want more information on that, just go ahead and watch the video after this video is over. Now, I think, Todd, you had a couple charts over there?
Well, yeah. Hold on, let me reload because I'm having issues with TradingView.
We'll just see what's going on over in the chat
Bring me back,
box.
I'm good. Here's the problem. Crispy Glass just asked point and figure charts. You know, TradingView, I've seen some there. The problem is when it's going to be the same thing with my software. When you're trying to do a point and figure chart on something with 8 decimal points, the program's just not going to do it. In front of us was Zen, which should be a simple point and figure, and TradingView twice while Nick was talking just timed out unresponsive. It won't bring up the point and figure chart. So I don't know the answer yet on a good point and figure charts. Maybe stockcharts.com. We got our gentleman over there who does Wyckoff. I don't know if their software is bringing it up, but again, you know, when you're bringing up like ADA or some of these coins, if a Litecoin's at 129, the point and figure chart should be able to come up, and I think it will even on my software, but that's going to be the issue with these cryptos. So you got to understand the software on my stock side works every day, has worked every day. Vladimir, you know, hasn't fixed anything in months. And on the crypto software, they're wanting to be on a, you know, maintenance agreement with me because there's just so many things that can go wrong. And they want to be responsive when I tell them, you know, we got 3 or 4 charts that are screwed up today. I need to fix, you know, ASAP. Because people that are paying for this are going to want, you know, they're going to want it to work as well as it can. But again, 39 exchanges. There's just, you know, they've got to program it that if an exchange gives me bad data, the software will just skip over it or use the previous 5 minutes data or something because it's got to keep moving and keep calculating. But again, you got to understand that daily volume would have kept you out of Zen. 5-minute volume would have kept you in it. Bitcoin, you're going to want to know the volume. So we've been talking about this for months. So I'm still going to say I'm there. I'm going to use the software myself for quite a while. And I'm going to see what I can do with it.
Gary says, Nick, me and Ben Smith are ready for an interview with PickleCoin. Who's the founder of that? Is that your coin there, Gary? Did you make that one yourself? Sun Scorpio 81 says, is MakerDAO like IOHK? No, MakerDAO is not like IOHK. IOHK is a development team that has been working almost exclusively on ETC and ADA. They have created some kind of partnership agreement with Zen and Stormcoin as well. IOHK is a centralized company that specializes in the development of blockchain as far as creating coins and helping them with wallets and this and that. MakerDAO is actually their own individual stablecoin cryptocurrency. And they're trying to integrate into some of these other platforms like OmiseGo to be utilized on those.
I got a chart on ICX somebody asked about. Not much to talk about there, though. I mean, a little strength here last day and a half.
And that kind of goes with Anthony's coin. They said WAN chain analysis. Obviously, Todd's looking at ICX. I've been saying for a while now I like the threesome of ICX, Aeon, and WAN chain as they're all partnered up together, and they all have their own strengths that I think will be able to collaborate with each other to really make some real-world use cases here in the future with blockchain.
Yeah, there's WTC, nothing to talk about there. And what over here? Qcoin, we had Dragon. Dragon hasn't done much either. That's an 8-hour chart, so no action there. So
somebody wants to know if you can look at WAN and if you can look at VChain charts. WAN obviously isn't going to have very much data on here.
WAN, BTC.
See, as you can see, guys, right when it went to the exchange, it was, you see how that candle just completely dropped off, it dumped off. Then if you would have waited a couple more days, you had a limp brisket into that consolidation period. That's where you should have been accumulating. That's where what I said was going to happen. And then now you can just hold the bag and ride it to the upside here.
Which other one?
V-Chain. V-E-N.
V-E-N, BTC. That's the 1 hour. You know, a little bit of minor strength, nothing to brag about. Let's go back to a 4 hour. That's when we've had support marked forever. So really it's just back down to the previous support range, really.
Gary says, Todd, if volume is so important, can we judge it before, during, or after? How can we tell? Well, number one step would be going over to learncrypto.io and becoming a student over there. And then number two step, I guess, Todd might be able to help you out a little bit.
I mean, same thing. We got to have the software bringing in as many exchanges as possible. And then you got to make sure it's not exchanges that's basically wash sales or made up volume to try to pull more volume to their exchange. So a lot of moving parts, Gary. And then, I think, again, you got to break it down into 5-minute data to get a real feel for it, because, that's been the problem all along. Any technician that's bringing up a chart from one exchange when it's trading on 10 exchanges and talking about technical analysis is just so hard, because you're talking about volume from one exchange. So you might be like, oh, it's not important because the volume is low, but it might have been huge on other exchanges. So that's been my problem all along. That's why I've talked more about Elliott Wave, which I've said, I use Elliott Wave volume.
RIP, stream REKT, and stream offline, and now it's coming back.
And there goes internet. Lost at my other desk.
Are we back, guys? I think we're back now. Todd's internet just
St. Louis internet
dropped out and then popped back on, so I think we're back. If you guys can hear us, that is awesome. You kind of missed Todd's spiel on some of the charts over there, but I think that's probably going to wrap it up for us tonight, guys. I think, is there anything you want to say, Todd? They probably didn't hear much of what you just said.